What's going on, my video viewing audience? Leonard Roy coming at you. And I finally managed to sit through the entire movie Colors from 1988. And after doing so, I am standing here like, okay. My guess, this is just me, because I don't know anything about the state of California, et cetera, except you won't catch me living in that mother. Now, that had to be one of those movies that really had emphasizing factors that you would have to be a person from Los Angeles to understand, to get the grasp of it, to whatever it is. I don't know. I was just like, no. It's just like, no, I mean, there are not a lot of movies that I see, and the gist of it is like, what did I just watch? Colors is one of them. Oh, that's one. You know, that's one of the great things I like about YouTube also. See, because YouTube, they got all of these movies on there for free from back in the day. And you can just click on the movie and connect the phone. It'll connect through the magic of technology to the TV set. And now you're watching what you would be watching on your phone, on your TV, and good stuff. You know, good stuff. And when I see stuff like this, like the technological advances, you know, I still sit in a state of awe. Because see, I remember watching the Jetsons when I was a child, and I was looking at the futuristic things. I remember George Jetson looking on his wrist, and the phone lit up in digital numbers to tell time. And after a while, I was about between like 8 and 10 years old, and my brother came home. He had a digital watch, and it was the stuff. And it didn't do nothing. It just, you know, it showed the time. And if you push the button, it showed the seconds. It didn't show date, nothing. Day of the week, none of that stuff. And that was like the bomb. That really was the bomb. It was the to have item. You know, I remember when the cellular phones, it was a bag phone. You know, all of the doggone big stuff was in this bag. Not the size of a gym bag, but it was a nice size tote bag. And it came with the AC cord and all that. You just take the cord out of it and plug it into the wall to charge it up. And then you had the phone part that went on the top for the receiver and the long cord. And it went from that to, hell, I could pull out a phone this doggone big. You know, that's a funny thing with the phones too. They started making the phones so small, people started losing them. So then they had to start making the phones bigger because people were losing their phones. It's insane, crazy. Yeah, but that movie Colors, boy, I was just like, now I see why I never had that in any of my movie collections, ever. And I tried for many, many decades to finish that movie, watch it from beginning to end. I just did today. And I'm like, I'm glad that the time spent on that was not valuable for anything else. Deuces.